The third bone of our revision today is the humerus. The humerus is a long bone with two ends and a shaft. The upper end we have the head of the humerus, the anatomical neck of the humerus, the lesser tuberosity, the bicipital groove, which has a medial lip, a floor, and a lateral lip. This is the greater tuberosity. The whole upper end is separated from the shaft by what we call the surgical neck of the humerus. This is the shaft of the humerus. In the mid-shaft area, we have a V-shaped tuberosity, which is called the deltoid tuberosity on the lateral aspect of the shaft. This is the lower end of the humerus. We have the whole lower end, which is called the humeral condyle. It's divided into a medial part, which is the trochlea, and a lateral part, which is the capitulum. This is the medial epicondyle. This is the lateral epicondyle. This is the medial supracondylar ridge, and this is the lateral supracondylar ridge. Above the trochlea, we have the chronoid fossa, and above the capitulum, we have the radial fossa. On the posterior aspect of the lower end, we have another fossa, large fossa, above the trochlea, which is the olecranon fossa. Identifying the side of the humerus, putting the head upwards and medially, and of course putting the olecranon fossa posteriorly. This way, the humerus, we can identify the side. This is a left humerus. As for the attachments, first, applying a mark to the anatomical neck of the humerus. This is the mark of the attachments of the capsule of the shoulder joint. Attached to the lesser tuberosity is the subscapularis. The greater tuberosity, we have three muscles attached to the greater tuberosity. Above the greater tuberosity, here we have the supraspinatus. The second muscle attached to the greater tuberosity is the infraspinatus, and finally, in the lower part of the greater tuberosity, we have the teres minor. Three muscles attached to the bicipital groove. On the medial lip, we have the teres major. In the floor of the bicipital groove, we have the latissimus dorsi. Finally, in the lateral lip of the bicipital groove, we have the pectoralis major. So we have the latissimus dorsi attached between two major muscles, which are the teres major and pectoralis major. The floor of the bicipital groove is also related to the tendon of long head of biceps brachii. In the mid-shaft area, we have an attachment on the lateral aspect, and we have an attachment on the medial aspect. On the lateral aspect, in the deltoid tuberosity, we have the insertion of the deltoid muscle. On the medial aspect of the shaft, we have the insertion of the coracobrachialis muscle. In the lower half of the shaft, in the front of the shaft, we have the attachment of the brachialis muscle. On the medial supracondylar ridge, we have the pronator teres muscle. On the lateral supracondylar ridge, we have two muscles attached. The upper one is the brachioradialis, In the lower part of the ridge, we have the extensor carpi radialis longus. Attached to the front of the medial epicondyle, we have the common flexor origin. Attached to the front of the lateral epicondyle, we have the common extensor origin. On the back of the shaft, this is what we call the spiral groove. A mark of attachment above the level of the spiral groove is for the lateral head of triceps. A mark of attachment below the spiral groove is for the medial head of triceps. The back of the humerus is related to nervous and vascular structures. At the level of the surgical neck, the humerus is related to the axillary nerve and the posterior circumflex humeral artery. The spiral groove is related to the radial nerve and the profunda brachii artery. Finally, the medial epicondyle is related to the ulnar nerve and the superior ulnar collateral artery. A small mark of insertion behind the lateral epicondyle for the anconeus muscle. Thank you for watching this video, and we will meet each other again in a new one